we from our side did have a look, like a very brief look into some kind of key initiatives and strategic measures for this topic, software-defined vehicle, and had a look like what's there on the market, when did it start, which partnerships do exist, etc. I want to give you like a very quick and rough overview of this, following by the question like whether you want to have like a deep dive for the next event. So in general, like and that's quite interesting like to just see like this information, like 90% of innovation in automotive now already comes via software. So software is like really like the next big huge thing in this industry, and like will really change a lot. So it's really like focused to have like a customer centric vehicle with a very high personalization, and which can be just updated like a smartphone, so like very quickly, very easily over the air, etc. So this means like it's a completely redirection of everything that was done like in the last years. On the other side, it's really worth it. It will pay off. For instance, like BCG analyzed it and said like, hey, this will save billion of dollar and like up to $7,500 per vehicle. In addition, like you will have like additional monetization opportunities that are quite interesting. So overall, it really makes sense to have a deeper look at this, and like it's quite interesting to see like uh, how strong the redirection really starts being. Having a look on the first look of one project that is sponsored by the German Ministry of Business Affairs. It has a volume of 83 million. It's the SoftDCar Alliance project. It started in August 21, so like it's quite new. Um, and you see like on the right side, like industry partners like Bosch, Mercedes-Benz, ZF Group, ETAS, T-Systems, and combined with the research partners with the Karlsruhe Institute of Technologies, University of Stuttgart, etc. And Jörg mentioned it before quite quickly. The goal overall of this project is like to ensure that all software updates and upgrades follow defined rules and processes. And interesting to see that it really works out, and like competitors and companies come together and really find and define the standards, which is a quite a tricky thing. And I think like going a bit deeper into details, like how they want to do this, like they are using like data loops and new type of like digital twins. And I think like everything deeper like we can discuss on the tables. Really interesting is that you see like that really companies come together and develop these standard together. And seeing it as example like the loading port for smartphones, like how tricky it is like to define like one standard for such a very simple thing. You can imagine like how this looks like. So interesting to see like what the outcomes are. When we dig a bit deeper into like what companies say that participate in this, um, it's really nice to see that the collaboration part is like very in focus. So you see like one quote of Markus Hein from Robert Bosch, and you see like partnerships are laying the foundation for all future growth in the automotive industry. And that's something like that we saw that many years this kind of collaborations had a quite tough start, and it seems that this kind of software-defined vehicles and these kind of defining standards really build the base for a future collaboration. Um, Here's a quote from Professor Dr. Michael Weyrich from University of Stuttgart. So uh, interesting again, like the OEMs, the tier one suppliers, and the scientific companies are working closely together and really define like from scratch everything that is needed. And like in this case, like University of Stuttgart will closely work together with the KIT in Karlsruhe. Um, and followed next to the next uh, initiative is from the Eclipse initiative. It's founded like really like it's only 2 months ago. Not the Eclipse Foundation overall. Eclipse Foundation is like one of the largest open source foundations organizations. Like I think like was like established already back to 2001, and this like one new work group that was started. Only 2 months ago. So what they plan and what they want to focus on is the topic following, like, how can I say, like, the code first approach. Means like the goal is like to develop one of the industry's first software stacks, inclusive of the relevant tools for the core functions of a new vehicle class. So it's like quite a huge project, quite an interesting working group that was started. And I think my highlight is that really like direct competitors, for instance, like Bosch, Continental, and ZF are working together. So really like the 3 out of the 4 largest tier 1 suppliers are working in one working group together to define like the standard and the next steps for of the industry. So overall, uh, another interesting initiative, and like together with a SoftD project before, we just see like that this one was founded like 2 months ago, and SoftD was like founded like August last year. So quite many things are happening in this area. When you talk about like the project partners, like what they see and like how they started and why they started it, you see here like quote of ETAS. So they see it really as a milestone to establish a prospering open source community, and see it as a base for the overall software defined vehicle community and of the overall software defined vehicles topic. So what they will focus on is like what developers need, means like they will support them so that they can focus on software innovations. Um, one thing that was mentioned is like especially like this code first approach that is different to other consortia, and where they see like a huge advantage in the overall approach. Next one is a quote from Bosch or from Sven Kappel. And here again, like you see, we believe in an open ecosystem. So this is really something that drives the whole collaboration topic over like competitors and like different type of suppliers a lot. And for instance, like with Bosch, like they are the initiators of this one, and they pushed it because they really strongly believe in this open ecosystem topic. Next one is Continental. And again, they see it like a very relevant to see like this collaborative approach, and especially like to have the quick market entry and to get things done quickly. So you see like all the partners are having like the same or like things in mind to get like on the market quick in a collaborative part, and like really get things done together, and then build up later up on this. Same here. It's Ulrich Hohmann from Microsoft, and you see like the quote is the same direction: collaboration across industry, open source community, like offers like a unique opportunity. So overall, and I think that's like worth to mention. Um, they all mentioned, I think like not the closed soft D project, because I think this is like quite close with the budget and the partners, but especially like the Eclipse Foundation is very open like to new members and like to additional insights from other partners. And you see like the ones that already joined see huge advantages in this collaborative approach.